All right. Shalom, family. It's your brother Kaniba coming at you once again with this video titled, O Thou Most Proud, Your Kingdom Will Fall. Okay, that's going to be the name of the video. Okay. And what actually prompted me to make this video was this clip that we're about to watch. Okay, it's where I got the thumbnail from. Okay, and as you see right here, it's what appears to be an Edomite and what appears to be an Eve sitting, adjacent to him, right? But we're going to get a little deeper into the thumbnail and why I chose this thumbnail with both of them in it. Okay, but when we watch this clip, you're going to see the pride of Esau. Okay, and how much pride he has in America because he believes that this place is going to continue forever, as the scriptures say. Okay, and we'll probably get into that verse a little bit later, right? But that's what we're going to get into, how prideful he is. So we're going to get into that. And I'm going to talk about pride in general in this particular video. Okay, that's what this video is going to be about, right? So without further ado, let's actually get into this clip. All right.
I want to talk about why the Western societies will not fall. I'll give you a couple examples. The F-15, the F-16, the F-22, the F-35, M1 Abrams tank, the Blue Water Navy, the KC-135, the KC-10, the ICBM structure.
You're saying all the money we spend on defense.
And the global positioning system.
So right off rip, you see one of the reasons why this devil has so much pride in America. Okay, and it's going into their military defense system. Okay, their military, their firepower, and all these other things. Okay, this is one of the reasons why he's so puffed up with pride. Okay, and this goes all the way back to a prophecy in the book of Revelation. This is really where this mind frame that he has is really where it started with. It started with a prophecy in the book of Revelation. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's get that prophecy. Let's take a look at it in the book of Revelation, chapter 13. Okay. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 13, and we're going to start at verse 12, and it reads, it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, which is the ancient Roman Empire, right? And it says, and caused it the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, again, the ancient Roman Empire, right? It says, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, because again, America is revised Rome. Okay, it's basically just a revision of Rome, that ancient Roman Empire. That's what America is. Okay, so with that, let's go to the next verse, and here is the point. So this is verse 13, and it reads, it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Okay, now, so what is this going into? How could Esau in America cause fire to come down from heaven in the sight of men? Okay, again, you got to know a little bit about history. Okay, going back to, I believe it was World War II. America was going up against Japan, those two cities in Japan, which was Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, those two cities. And what did America do? It dropped what was known as the atom bomb on those two cities. And that was the first time that type of power was delivered by man in the history of this planet. Okay, to the point where people were so mesmerized at this particular event. Okay. And this event has now caused Esau to take much pride in their military power. Okay. the firepower and things like that. That's why this dude in the clip is speaking the way that he is right now. They're still riding this wave from way back. I believe this event happened in 1945. I believe that happened to those two cities in Japan. Okay. But you see in the core of where this pride is coming from as far as his Esau's military might, or America's military might. Okay. That's what that's going into. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
You want to come for us, you more than welcome to.
Just listen to the pride of this devil. Okay, he said, you want to come for us, you more than effing welcome to. That's what he said, okay? Because, again, he's in the mindset that America cannot and will not ever fall. That's his mindset, and that's the pride that Esau has. Okay, that's what prompted me to do this video and do a video about pride in general. Okay, is because of this guy right here. Okay, because he's saying a lot of stuff about America as far as America's longevity that's not true. America is about to fall, and guess what? It's about to fall a lot sooner than he thinks, and a lot sooner than the average American thinks. Contrary to popular belief, okay, this place is really on its last leg. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to it.
The United States dollar is backed by the military, and as much as you guys want to sit there and complain, I'll say this right now. There's one country on this planet that has stealth capability. There's one country on this planet that I think has functioning ICBMs. I don't think Russia has a single functioning ICBM.
Really, sir? Really, sir? You really believe that? Okay, now it's getting to the point of delusion. Okay, but this is what pride will do to you. So much pride will cause you to go into a delusional state. Okay, but I can tell you, according to the prophecies in the Bible, that Russia has functioning ICBM missiles, and not just Russia. There's other countries as well that has these missiles that you think nobody else has, that actually functions. Okay, let's actually prove that. Let's actually go to the prophecies and prove him wrong again. Okay. All right. So this is going to be the book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and verse 16. And it reads, it says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Let's pause for a minute right there. What is this smith that the Most High has created that bloweth the coals in the fire? Let me give you an example. I'm sure you've heard the term like a gunsmith and things of that nature. A smith, this is pretty much a person that in this particular context, this smith is these different scientists, like German scientists, that actually create these ICBM missiles. That's the smith. Okay, this is like an old time term. A smith is pretty much somebody that creates whatever it is that's their craft. Okay, it's a smith. So the smith in this particular context are these so-called scientists that actually create these ICBM missiles. Okay, but let's move forward. It says, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. What is this instrument? It's those missiles, right? It says, and I have created the waster to destroy. Okay, again, America is going to be utterly wasted and destroyed in the very near future. Okay, so now let's move forward to 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 13. And it reads, it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. What are these arrows? These arrows that's going to be shot into the end of the world. Those are missiles. Those ICBM missiles that this guy thinks nobody else has. has functioning missiles like that. Well, if that be the case, how are these missiles going to be shot into the ends of the world? Okay, that's how you know this is not talking about actual arrows. You can't take an actual arrow and shoot it to the other end of the world. That's ludicrous. Okay, this is talking about missiles. Okay, coming from the east over to the ends of the world to do what? To hit its target, which is America. Okay, that's very, very clear. But again, this guy in this video, this devil, his pride has caused him to live in a state of delusion, as we see. Okay, but according to prophecy, there are countries, there are nations that have these ICBM missiles, and those missiles are going to be used. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to the video.
And there is one country on this planet that actually has a functioning blue water navy. There's only there's only a few countries on this planet that have air refueling capability, and the only reason why they have them is because we sold it to them. If you guys want to come for us, you can. The United States could take on every country in the entire world militarily at the same time. Would be fine.
Oh yeah, this is a different type of delusion right here. Did y'all hear what he just said? He said that the United States can take on every country in the world militarily at the same time. Sir, be careful what you wish for, because, well, guess what? You're actually going to get your wish. Okay, again, he doesn't realize biblical prophecy, and not just one nation, not just Russia, but how many different nations are going to send those arrows over here. Okay, let's actually get into the Bible and let's take a look at this, because he said that America can take all these countries on at the same time militarily. Well, let's see if that's actually true according to the Bible. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 9. And it reads, it says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country." Now let's pause. Notice it says an assembly of great nations, plural. This guy just said, did he not, that America can take on every nation in the world at the same time militarily? Did he not say that? Well, let's start from the top again. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon," that's America, "an assembly of great nations from the north country." Okay, now in this particular context, the north country is Russia. Okay, and all its allies in that region. Okay, I think in one of my videos I talked about that. The CTSO, the Collective Treaty Security Organization, I believe it's called. It's pretty much that old the old Soviet Union coming back again. That spirit of the old Soviet Union that you also read about in Ezekiel 38. Okay, the hooks being placed back in his jaws and turning them back. Right? That's what that's going into. Right? But it says, "And they shall set themselves in array against her." The her is Babylon, that daughter of Babylon. Right? It says, "From thence she shall be taken." Now watch closely. "Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain." Now let me ask a question. Did we not just read about these arrows in 2nd Ezra chapter 16? What do I always say? I say all the prophets pretty much speak the same message. Okay, maybe in their own words, but they're giving you the same message. Okay, we literally just read about these same arrows in 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Okay, but again, countering his point, America is not going to be able to stand against all these nations at the same time. It's just not going to happen. Okay? But now let's move forward. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 16. And it reads, it says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast." Okay, this is going into NATO. Okay, America's allies, right? It says, "These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." Allow me to repeat that last part. "And burn her with fire." Okay, what is this fire? Could it be those same missiles that he doesn't believe nobody else has? Okay, has functioning missiles like America does? Okay, but again, now we see that even America's allies at some point, for some reason, is going to turn against America. Okay, and burn America with fire. That same fire that he says nobody else has the way America does. Well, buddy, you might have to eat those words, okay? Your mouth done signed a check that your behind can't cash. Okay, because again, you're going to have numerous nations come up against America at some point, and you're going to see that your precious America, they can't handle the smoke, both metaphorically and literally. Okay, but anyway, let's move forward to the next verse, which is going to be verse 17, and it reads, it says, "For God hath put in their hearts," meaning the 10 horns, he's put it in their hearts "to fulfill his will." And guess what? It's not just the 10 horns, okay? It's that country, that north country that we read about, which is Russia, its allies. Then you turn around, you got the 10 horns here. The Most High has put in all of their hearts to fulfill his will. Because again, when you read the book of Proverbs, it tells you that the heart of the king is in the hands of the Most High, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, all these elites, okay, and these government officials and all these different nations, they're pretty much like modern day kings. Okay, and their minds, which is when you're dealing with the heart in the Bible, most of the time is dealing with the mind. Okay, their minds is in the hands of the Most High. Okay, so he hath put it in their hearts, meaning their minds, to fulfill his will. Okay, that's why you're hearing more and more and more about wars. Okay, the wars and rumors of wars that Yahushua warned us about in Matthew chapter 24. That's why you're hearing so much more about it. Okay, this is all the Most High Yahweh's blueprint. Okay, it goes on to say what? And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast. Okay, because again, they originally were in league with America. Okay, and again, this beast is really just the revised version of Rome. Okay, that's really what the beast is, right? And it goes on to say, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. Okay. So again, like I just said, this is all the Most High's blueprint. Okay, so he's going to get his wish. He's going to see numerous nations come up against America here shortly. Okay, and I got news for you, sir. It ain't going to end well for you. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to the video.
Now, if you want to say cyber terrorism or there's a moral decay from the inside, cool. Make that argument. The United States is not going to fall, not in our lifetime, not in the next.
So he goes on to say that America is not going to fall in our lifetime or in the next 20 lifetimes. Well, sir, I got news for you. Okay, we are living in the last days. Okay, and one could argue and say, well, people been saying that for the longest, and well, you're classified as a scoffer if you actually say that. And the Bible it's already been written in the Bible that you would say that. Okay, I believe it's in 2 Peter, if my memory serves me correctly. Okay, there will come in the last days scoffers. Okay, that would say these very things. Okay, how the world's been going on the same way since the fathers fell, I believe it says, roughly paraphrasing. But then it goes on to talk about that fervent heat that's going to burn the elements. Okay, again, that's going into the missiles, right? But let's get back to the scriptures now. Let's actually deal a little bit more about this pride that he has. Okay, let's get to it. So let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 11. And let's take a look at this. And it reads, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Is that not his whole point in this clip? That America will never fall? Then it goes on to say, and their dwelling places to all generations. Right? That's his mind frame. America's not going to fall in our lifetime or in the next 20 lifetimes. Did he not end the video by saying that? Okay. Well, again, you gotta love the Bible. Okay. It gives us a spoiler alert on everything. Okay. But it says they called their lands after their own names. And when you look at all these places today, the most prominent places, they're named after different Edomites. Are they not? Okay. The Bible is pinpoint accurate. Okay. Now we're seeing his mind frame right now. Okay. But we're not done. Let's move forward. Let's actually go back to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. Okay, but we're going to jump down a little bit. We're going to go to verse 31. And it reads, it says, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud. Okay, that was the inspiration for the title of this video. It's this verse right here. And this is talking about America. America is the most proud. Okay, dealing with Edom and their precious America. Okay, that's why when you read in this same chapter that country of the north is gonna burn America, is gonna send its arrows over here. Okay, but let's start from the top again. It says, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud. And that's what you saw in the clip that we've been watching. That man, he personifies this verse. O thou most proud. Okay. It says, saith the Lord God of hosts. It says, for thy day is come. Oh, wow. Yeah, your day is come. You can't tell me that we not the people of this book. But it says, the time that I will visit thee. Okay, but the whole point in this verse is where it says, O thou most proud. Okay, and this is the epitome of Esau, especially the Edomites here in America. Okay, they feel like their precious America can never, ever fall. Well, they're in for a rude awakening. Okay, but anyway, let's move forward. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. And it reads, it says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Allow me to repeat that part. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. And we already know the book of Obadiah is about Edom. We know that. Okay, and that's all you saw in this video clip from this particular Edomite. It was that great pride. Okay, but again, it says the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Again, those particular people, okay, your friendly neighborhood Edomites, okay, known, more commonly known as Caucasians, okay, they are your original cavemen, okay, they dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, okay, they're indigenous to these types of places, okay, the mountainous ranges of Georgia, Russia, or going back to Mount Seir and things like that. That's their natural habitat. Okay. But then it goes on to say what? Whose habitation is high. Okay. This particular part is letting you know that they're in rulership. Okay. They're in their version of heaven right now. Okay. That's why it says their habitation is high. And it goes on to say, that saith in his heart, now watch closely, who shall bring me down to the ground? So that solidifies what I just said. They're in a place of rulership. They're set on high. And because of their pride, they have this mindset of who shall bring me down to the ground? Now remember that last part, because that's very important for the next verse. Okay. They have this mind frame. Who shall bring me down to the ground? Well, I got news for you. It's going to happen. Okay? Now let's go to the next verse. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 1. And it reads, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. This is America, people. That virgin daughter of Babylon, you better believe it, is America. And they're being told to come and sit in the dust. Now watch closely. Watch the next part. Sit on the ground. Allow me to repeat that part. Sit on the ground. Now, didn't we just read in the book of Obadiah that they have this mind frame of who can bring me down to the ground? That pride is going to be broken. That's what Isaiah is prophesying about here. That pride that Edom has in America, that pride is going to be broken here shortly. Okay, let's continue. It says, there is no throne. Okay, that place of rulership that America is set in right now, that you also read about in the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter, where it says, I sit a queen. See all these verses precept together. Okay, but this is telling us that there is no throne. They're going to be taken out of rulership. Okay, O daughter of the Chaldeans. It says, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And when you read down further in this verse, it's letting you know that America's skirt is going to be lifted. Okay, meaning their shame is going to be revealed. That's all that's metaphoric for. Okay, people are going to see America for what it really is, including the guy that has so much pride in America in this clip that we've been watching. He's going to see America for what it is shortly as well. Okay, so now let's move forward to the next verse. And this is going to be Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 7. So we're going to get a little more in depth about what pride is and where it actually comes from. Okay, so this is Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 7. And it reads, it says, pride is hateful before God and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Okay, so dealing with pride, pride is something that the Most High hates and man hates. Okay, both the Most High and man actually hates pride. Nobody likes a prideful person. Okay, and as we already read, okay, in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, Esau is the most proud. Okay, he is the epitome of pride on this planet. Okay, so now let's jump down a bit, and this is going to be verse 12, and it reads, it says, the beginning of pride is when one departed from God, and his heart is turned away from his maker. Okay, and we know that Esau is the most proud. So what does this tell us about the children of Edom? Okay, in general, they have turned their hearts away from their maker. Okay, they've departed from the Most High God, which they never were really with them to begin with. But you get what I'm saying, okay? Their minds are turned away from the Creator. Okay, when you look at this society, look at all of these so-called New Age ideologies that go completely against the Most High and what He stands for. Where does most of these New Age ideologies come from? They come from Esau. Okay, we're living in a society that promotes transformers. Okay, they promote sodomites and things of this nature. Okay, in fact, and this shows you that this is in the spirit. Those particular people are given a particular month where they celebrate themselves. And what is this month called? That month is called Pride Month. You see, the Most High, boy, the Most High really does have a sense of humor. Okay, they literally named their month Pride Month. Okay, further proving my point. Okay, they've turned their hearts away from their maker due to pride. That's why they have a whole month called Pride Month. Okay, all of this stuff is promoted by whom? By Esau. Okay, because he's the most prideful. Okay, now moving forward, this is verse 13, and it reads, it says, for pride is the beginning of sin. Allow me to repeat that part. It says pride is the beginning of sin. Okay, now actually let's finish the verse out. I'm gonna come back to that because I really want to harp in on that for a minute. It says, and he that hath it shall pour out abominations. Okay, it's letting you know that, abominations come from pride. Okay, and we all know how the Most High feels about abominations. He hated all abominations, right? It says, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. Okay, but let's go back up. Let's go back up where it says, for pride is the beginning of sin. Okay, now, if pride is the beginning of sin, correct? Now, what does the scriptures tell us about sin? It says that how did sin come into the world? It says that sin came into the world through the woman, through Eve, correct? So, with that being said, if sin came into the world through Eve, and pride is the beginning of sin, what does that tell us about Eve? The reason she did what she did, there had to be an element of pride there. Okay, because remember, originally the Most High was dealing with Adam. Okay, he gave Adam the commandments to give to everybody else. Okay, he made Adam Lord over all his creatures. Okay, that includes Eve. Eve is a creature, so Adam was her Lord. Okay, so again, the serpent comes to Eve and he gives her this different doctrine. That's what that fruit was. It wasn't an actual piece of fruit. It was a doctrine she learned. Okay, so now through pride, she feels like she knows something. Okay, something that she has over Adam. Okay, she feels a sense of pride. Okay, again, it makes all the sense in the world if pride is the beginning of sin. Okay, that again, this is why sisters have to be really, really careful with this pride thing. Okay, you just go back to your foremother Eve. Okay, but now, since we're on the topic, Let's go back to my thumbnail, the thumbnail that I actually created here. Let's take a look. So, of course, this is the thumbnail. Now, of course, you have this Edomite here in the thumbnail that I made. But look who's sitting right next to him. It's what appears to be an Eve or an Israelite woman. At least that's what it appears to be, right? Now, just look at her. Now, he's talking about how America is never gonna fall and giving all his bogus reasons as to why it's gonna stand forever and all this, that, and the third. Look at how she's looking at him as he makes his explanation. She's cheesing ear to ear. Okay, because again, what you gotta understand is now Esau, of course, is the most proud. Okay, we already read that. But in my humble opinion, and I always have to give this disclaimer, I'm not talking about all Israelite women. Okay, you sisters that's truly in this, okay, and you're trying diligently, you know I'm not talking about you. But in general, I believe that, you know, the westernized Israelite woman, okay, comes in at a strong number 2 as far as this pride thing goes. Okay, that's why I made that statement. You got to be careful with this pride dealing with the sisters, okay? You have to look to your foremother Eve, okay? That's how she got beguiled by the serpent, okay? He showed her, he told her something that was, you know, that sparked her interest, that sparked her lust, and she got chock full of pride. We already read that pride is the beginning of sin, okay? But you know, let's go to the famous verse. Let me not just say this. Let's actually go and let's get a little bit of proof. Okay? So this is going to be the book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 16. And it reads, it says, moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. Allow me to repeat that part. Because the daughters of Zion are haughty. We're going to get back to that word. And walketh with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Now the point in this verse is where it says the daughters of Zion are haughty. Okay, now in previous videos, I've went over this word haughty. Okay, it's dealing with arrogancy. Okay, arrogance and pride. That's what that word haughty is going into. Arrogance, pride, mainly. Arrogance and pride. Okay, that's why I said, you know, in general, not all of them, but in general. Okay, the westernized Israelite woman comes in at a strong number 2 as far as pride goes. Okay, so again, if you feel like you're dealing with that, any sister that's dealing with pride, you need to check that. You know, check it expeditiously. Okay, because we all know where pride will lead you. Okay, let's actually take a look. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 18, and it reads, it says, pride goeth before destruction. Allow me to repeat that part. Pride goeth before destruction. And ultimately, this is what's going to lead to the destruction of America and the children of Edom as a whole. Okay, it's that pride. Okay, they're the epitome of pride. Okay, O thou most proud. Okay, as the scripture says, we already read in Obadiah that the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Okay, now watch this. It says, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Did we not just read that the daughters of Zion are haughty? Okay, so if you're in that haughty spirit as an Israelite sister, you need to check that. Okay, that's why I created that thumbnail the way that I did. Okay, remember that sister that was sitting next to the Edomite in the thumbnail, she was cheesing from ear to ear. Okay, because ultimately, yes, this is Esau's kingdom to dealing with America, but a lot of Israelite women, they're in league with Esau. Okay, they're metaphorically joint heirs with him. Okay, they love this place, America, okay, because they're allowed to run amok like children without any type of order, not having any male authority over them. Okay, on average, in general, most Israelite women would want this kingdom to continue just as much as Esau. Okay, a lot of them, they not wanting our kingdom to come, okay, because there's going to be order and men are going to be set in their rightful positions again, okay, and women are going to have to be under the men, okay. That righteous order that the Most High set up is coming back, okay, and a lot of women, and I'm talking about Israelite women, don't want that. Okay, I'm not talking about you sisters that's in the faith, okay, that's diligently trying, but in general, most Israelite women, they love it here. Okay, that's why you get verses that that talks about how the women that are at ease. Okay, I believe that's the book of Micah, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. No, actually, it's the book of Isaiah. I believe Isaiah 32. Okay, I believe what I'm thinking about in Micah is the one that says, "She that is mine enemy." Okay, I got the two confused. But the point is, okay, the scriptures talk about she that is at ease. Okay, because a lot of our sisters love this place. Okay, it's going into pride. Okay, because in general, in this society, women are placed upon this pedestal. Okay, this country or this society, if you want to get more spiritual about it, it deals in mother goddess worship. Okay, but that's another video for another day. But anyway, I believe this is actually a good place to end the video. And again, the title of this video is "O thou most proud, your kingdom will fall." Okay, so we watched the clip of this delusional Edomite and the pride that he has in America. Okay, we went over the precepts showing that America will indeed fall by the missiles that he believes nobody else has but America. Okay, but we went over that. We went over pride, where it comes from, how it starts, and things of that nature, right? So we're gonna sit back and watch this thing ride on out, okay? Because according to prophecy, this place will indeed fall. It will be burned by those missiles. Thus saith the Most High Yahweh. Okay? So, with that, and as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, and I do so by Hashem, which means in the name of Yahweh Shai, which is the name of the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father, whom the world knows as Jesus Christ. And I want to thank all you brothers and sisters for tuning in. I hope this video was informative and edifying. And until next time, Shalom, family.